Typhoon Hinnamnor, still a very potent and dangerous storm system south of Okinawa, Japan. Also just towards the east of the Batanes Islands, where Signal Force 1 has been raised by Pagasa. They also named it Henry after it entered the Philippine area of responsibility. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. I want to talk about this storm system. I mentioned it's still dangerous. Winds right now still estimated to be about 195 kilometers per hour in the center of circulation. Pressure at 920 hectopascals. But one thing I am starting to see, though, is a little bit of shear on the western periphery of it, and we are starting to see some degrading in the convection. So thus, we are expecting it to finally begin to slowly weaken as we go ahead over the course of the next 24 hours. Now, slowly weaken is all relative, though, because it is still going to be having an absolute massive wind field here as it starts to head back towards the north. Miyako-jima and Ishigaki really going to take the brunt of this, and you're going to be seeing winds gusting well over 200 kilometers per hour there on Miyako-jima, and even the wind field extending well towards the east over Okinawa as well, where I know they're starting to go through their core systems this time around. Not here on Wednesday when it passed just towards the south, but more so after it scoots off here towards north, because that wind field is expanding a bit more. Now, some of you might be curious why this storm's making such a weird, kind of erratic movement. Main reason is we had that subtropical high towards the north. It kind of flushed it towards the south. Now there's a little break in that high pressure area, which is going to allow this storm to escape back towards the north. This graphic at Western Pacific Weather on Facebook, by the way, if you want to read it all the way through it here. And also another thing I do want to note is you also had this tropical depression guarded just towards the east of the storm system. It got swallowed up. This basically just cannibalized it, and that is going to be doing one of two things. It's allowing for more moisture to pull into this, but also helping to exacerbate that inflow coming in there from the west across Luzon. But yeah, Wednesday over towards Thursday, these systems just started to combine a bit, and now we still have our Typhoon Hinnamnor and all that convection, and this is also helping to expand out the wind field too. One reason why is this moves back towards the north, Okinawa, Honto, that includes Naha. It's going to be looking at this tropical storm strength conditions. This graphic right here kind of showing you what the upper level pattern is in the jet stream. This is where our jet stream is back towards north, but what's happening as well, I just showed you there, the subtropical ridge is breaking down just a bit. We have a dip that's going to come through and just kind of hook it up. And then another trough coming through by Sunday over towards Monday is also going to help hook this and start to really scoot it back towards north as degradation of that subtropical ridge. That's the reason why this is stalled out. I don't expect it to go any further towards the south. It's eventually going to start to work its way back over the southern Japanese islands, bringing heavy rainfall even towards Taiwan, Okinawa, and also continuing that inflow over towards northwestern Luzon. Not to mention impacts possibly there into the Korean peninsula as we look way ahead. But right now, let's talk more so about what's happening right now. So heavy rainfall, of course, Ishigaki, Miyako, northwestern Luzon. That inflow is going to continue to kick in, that enhanced monsoonal flow. Places like Baguio, over towards Apari, even down towards San Fernando, the heaviest of the rain. The highest of the winds, though, definitely going to be for our friends here in Miyako. That is where videographer James Reynolds is, by the way. Make sure you follow him on Facebook and Twitter, because he's yeah, I mean, you can see right there, Saturday evening, it's gonna be a rough day there out of Miyako-jima. But also look back towards Naha. Look at the winds really starting to kick up. You have those bands continuing to kick on by throughout the day here on Sunday. Winds could be as high as 60 to 80 kilometers per hour. Could even see some gusts even higher than that. And then the winds just continue to linger all the way out there towards Monday morning. So, you know, the buildings should be okay. We always want to be ready for power outages. Make sure you have those emergency kits ready to go. I think a lot of people, especially in Okinawa, prepped up back on Tuesday ahead of the storm as it passed on Wednesday. So, you know, hopefully you, kind of already prepped up and ready to go on the second, kind of the revenge of this storm system. By the way, big thanks for everybody on Patreon who keeps on donating here. I gotta update that because I know there's a few more of you here, and you're the reason why I'm able to use these graphics that we use for these Western Pacific weather updates. So just want to say big thanks for everybody there. And if you guys want to help out, link is down below. Take a look at the forecast there for the west coast of Luzon, though, 27 there in Batak, Baguio at 20. Just that inflow continuing to kick on by. Plenty of rainfall going to continue to kick up, and even that threat of flooding in some of these areas, not only in the Philippines, but also back to northern Taiwan, across the islands of southern Japan. Remember, floodwaters can rise fast, even carry some diseases with them. So always just be smart. Don't underestimate floodwaters. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right, my friends? All right, so there's our storm going back towards the north. Like I mentioned, that inflow going to continue to kick around and bring that threat of some flooding out there on the west coast. All right, that's a quick look at everything that's going on out there today. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. Of course, stay safe.